Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus moved within Galilee. He did not wish to travel in Judea because the Jews were trying to kill him. But the Jewish Feast of Tabernacles was near. But when his brothers had gone up to the feast, he himself also went up, not openly, but it was, as it were, in secret. So some of the inhabitants of Jerusalem said, "Is he not the one they're trying to kill? And look, he is speaking openly, and they say nothing to him. Could the authorities have realized that he is the Christ? But we know where he is from. When the Christ comes, no one will know where he is from." So Jesus cried out in the temple area as he was teaching and said, "You know me, and also know where I am from, yet I did not come on my own. But the one who sent me, whom you do not know, is true. I know him because I am from him, and he sent me." So they tried to arrest him, but no one laid a hand upon him because his hour has not yet come. My sisters and brothers, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
So if we are to count, we are now on the, I believe, 31st day of Lent. No? Ibig sabihin, 9 na araw na lang ay darating na tayo dun sa Holy Week. No? And kumusta na po, no? Yung ating Lenten preparation, no? Kumusta na kaya yung inassign ni Satanas sa inyo, no? Para, to distract you from, going through Lent in a serious way so that we can, be closer to God or return back to God, which was the message of Lent. For that's really what, not only Lent is about, but that's what spiritual life is about. If you are going to Mass every day, you would have noticed na yung mga gospel readings natin ay coming from John, no? And the accounts are about the times nearing the passion and death of the Lord, no? And you will notice mas lumalapit si Jesus sa kanyang kamatayan, no? Mas tumitindi yung tension between him and the religious leaders particularly, no? In fact, this Sunday, just to preempt it, no? Ang gospel ay yung story of the adulterous woman, no? There, the Lord will again be tested by the religious leaders, but that's another story. What I'm just saying is that, sabi nga ng mga editors, no, the plot thickens. Tumitindi na yung tension between Jesus and the religious leaders. And interestingly, in the first reading, from the Book of Wisdom, the Book of Wisdom gave us an idea of how the wicked, how the devil thinks. And we can say that all of this applied to the Lord, dun sa pinagdaanan niya. It was then applied to the prophets, but it's very fitting to the Lord. Also, fitting to us, to us who are trying to be good. At mararamdaman mo ito kung nagsisikap pang magpakabait, magpakabuti at lumapit sa Panginoon. Listen, I'll just read some part of it. Sabi dito, "The wicked said among themselves," nang meeting sila, "thinking not aright," ang sama-sama ng kanilang intensyon. "Let us beset," sabi nila, let us beset the just one, because he is obnoxious to us. He sets himself against our doings, reproaches us for transgressions of the law, and charges us with violations of our training. Diba? Visit yung mga mabubuting taong yan, sabi nila. Sinisira yung ating, strategy at yung ating ginagawa para sumama ang tao. Let me read on. Sa bandang huli, let us condemn him to a shameful death. Yeah? For according to his own words, God will take care of him. Di ba? Yan naman ang sinasabi natin eh. Aalagaan tayo ng Diyos. Di ba? Pero ang mga wicked, they're really trying to do a lot of things so that we can be veer away, we'll be distracted, and we'll give up in what we're trying to do good. Kaya po, yun ang tanong ko sa inyo kanina, kamusta kaya si Satanas? O yung inassign ni Satanas sa inyo? Active na active ba siya? Worried na worried ba siya? O kampanteng-kampante lang siya dahil patuloy ka sa paggawa ng masama and he does not have to do anything. Diba? Because, in what will happen to the Lord, when Holy Week comes, di ba? Marami tayong mapapanood tungkol sa passion, death, and resurrection of the Lord, di ba? And we will have the Station of the Cross, di ba? We'll have, in a way, an idea, seeing what happens to the Lord. And maybe we'll be seeing the Roman soldiers, the religious leaders, or those people around the Lord, even the apostles, who will affect him and try, to distract the Lord from his mission. But let us not be deceived. Let us not be deceived. Bakit po? It's not the Lord Jesus' fight against his apostles or the Romans or the religious leaders. There's an internal battle happening while all of these are happening. Ano yun? It's the battle of good versus evil. Yeah, that's the battle that's really happening. And even in our lives today, yan din po ang nangyayari. It's not our battle against, any person or anything in this world. It's our battle against evil. And that's the question. Do you seek battle or exert battle against evil? Gumagawa ka ba ng paraan o nilalabanan mo ba itong kasamaan na dumarating sa iyo or dumarating sa ating paligid? For the Lord Jesus did not relent. Did not relent. Rather, he faced death. He boldly, courageously faced his death in obedience to his Father, not in obedience to the devil. And that, my sisters and brothers, is also expected of us. Yan din ang inaasahan sa atin. Hindi lang ho tayo talagang bibigay sa kasamaan. Kailangan din natin itong labanan. We have to push back. We have to defend our faith, in other words. We also have to be aggressive. Sinabi ko nung Lent, we also have to turn the tables against Satan. With the Lord with us, we have the capacity to do so. Alam nyo, nakalagay din dito, si Satanas, worried na worried yan kapag lumalaban tayo. Worried na worried yan kapag tapat tayo. Worried na worried yan kapag ating nire-resist yung kanyang advances. And so, that's something that we have to reflect on in our lives. No wonder, di ba? Kaya yung mga martir ay martir because they elected, they decided to give up their lives but not their faith. In exchange for their love for the Lord, in exchange for their faith, is their life. Mapalad ka tayo, hindi tayo dumating sa panahon. There was even a time when, yung persecution, na kapag ikaw ay Kristiyano, papatayin ka. Ano kaya kung dumating sa panahon natin yon, na when you are a Christian, you will be killed, you will be put to death. I don't know how many of us will continue to profess our faith. Will continue to express our faith in God in exchange for our lives. Pero, hindi naman kailangan dumating sa ganun di ba? Even in our own time now, how many of us are defending our faith? Dumating na yung time na minura na yung Diyos natin, Minura yung Santo Papa natin. Minumura pati yung simbahan at pananampalataya natin, di ba? Yung iba nakukuha pang tumawa at walang ginagawa. Compared to another religion, di ba? May alam tayo, isang religion. Magsabi ko lang na maliit na bagay against their faith. Baka kung saan naabutin mo. That's how they love their faith. To the extent na sometimes yung violence nila sobra. Hindi naman natin gagawin. But it's so important to them that no one should ever go against their faith. Pero iba tayo, di ba? Iba tayo. Oo, of course, we forgive, we love. Pero dapat dumating din ang panahon. Ipagmalaki naman natin yung pananampalataya natin. Ipaglaban naman natin. Dahil masyado ng, kinakawawa. We really have that responsibility. As I've said, the Lord Jesus, you will see Him obey His Father and be courageous and bold enough to pursue what He believes is true and what, His mission should have. Ganon din po sana tayo. Huwag nating ikahiya. Kung di man natin ma-defend, huwag naman natin ikahiya. Yun na lang pagsa-sign of the cross, Pag, di ba, kakain sa labas. Diba? Tinatago pa minsan. Minsan hindi nga it's all right to express our faith. It's all right to be proud of our faith, much less or much more to defend our faith.